Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to continue our discussion about the simple present, which is the same tense that we started in the last video. Okay, so if you guys remember, okay, we mentioned that we could use the simple present for different topics, right? For facts, okay, we can use the simple present for routines, okay? We can use the simple present sometimes for opinions, okay? Or we use the simple present when we generalize things, okay? When we generalize things, all right? So those are some of the uses of the simple present, right? There are some others, okay? They're a bit more abstract or maybe a bit more complicated. We're not going to get to just yet, okay? We can also use it, for example, to talk about the future or something like that, okay? But we're not going to use it just yet, okay? We're going to stick with the regular simple present, okay? So now that we know when to use it, we have to know how to use it, right? ¿Cómo vamos a usar este presente simple? ¿Cómo es la estructura del presente simple? ¿Cuáles son las reglas que tienes que seguir? ¿Cómo se conjugan los verbos? Todo esto, okay? So, I'm going to point real quick. Let me just get my laser pointer here. Let me find it. Here it is, okay? So, we're going to look at this. In simple present and in most tenses, we have what are regular and irregular verbs, okay? Verbos regulares e irregulares, okay? Lo afortunado es que en presente simple no tenemos muchos verbos irregulares como tal, ok. Pero el que tienen que aprender a usar de ley inmediatamente es el verbo to be, ok. El verbo to be es nuestro verbo ser o estar, okay, que se utiliza para muchísimas cosas en el inglés. Muchísimas cosas en el inglés. Cosas que en español tal vez digas, eso no tiene sentido como tal, pero a la misma vez dices, ok, sí. Ok, por ejemplo, nuestra edad. Ok, nuestra edad la utilizamos, ok. Cuando hablamos español utilizamos mucho el verbo tener. Ok, yo tengo 29 años. Ok, o otra cosa, así por ejemplo, yo tengo hambre, no he desayunado. Ok, utilizamos muchísimo el verbo tener. Ok, ahora en inglés no utilizamos el verbo tener, que sería have, ok, para esto, ok, utilizamos el verbo to be, ok, y si lo piensan ahorita a lo mejor tiene un poquito más de sentido, lo voy a explicar poco a poco, ok. Entonces tenemos nuestros verbos regulares e irregulares, el verbo to be siendo uno de ellos, ok. Ahora, nuestros sujetos que generalmente usamos, ok, para toda la vida es I, you, he, she, it, we, they, como lo podemos ver aquí. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, ok. Ahora, tenemos, por ejemplo, I, que es primera persona, you, segunda persona, ok, we and they, ok, y los más importantes, no más importantes, pero los que necesitamos ponerle mucha atención son estos de aquí. We have to pay very close attention to these verbs, okay, when we use them with these subjects, he, she, and it. Why? Because generally, okay, depending on how the verb ends, we have to modify the verb, okay? If it's just a regular verb, okay, then it's not a problem. We just have to add s, okay, at the end, and when the verb does end with a specific ending, or if the verb has a specific ending, okay, we have to change it and add es, okay, es. All right, so we're going to take a look at that, okay. So let's start with an example, right? Let me get my pen. Okay, and let's write out a quick example. She, okay, we're going to talk about food, okay, because we love food, right? Okay, so I'm going to be using she, okay. She loves, okay, and what kind of food would someone love? I would say pizza, okay. Most people love pizza, or maybe like pizza. That's fine. Okay, there you go. So here we have an example with she. Let's use another example with he. He plays basketball. Right? He plays basketball. And let's use it. Okay. Works. It works like a charm. Okay? It works like a charm. Now, what does that mean? It works like a charm, okay? It works like a charm. A charm es un dije o un encanto, ¿no? Entonces significa, it works like a charm, significa que siempre funciona. Funciona maravillosamente. It works like a charm, okay? He plays basketball, okay? He, okay? The subject he is for males, okay? So, he, él, okay? He plays basketball. And she, okay, ella, she loves pizza, okay? So these are my simple present sentences, okay? Simple present sentences. And the majority of the sentences that you guys are going to be using right now, okay, are going to be something similar to these, okay? Maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter, but, you know, sort of like this, okay? So what do we have to use first, okay? We typically have what is known as the subject, she, okay? Hopefully you guys can see me pointing to it, okay? She, okay, this is my subject. This is the person or the thing, okay, doing the action, okay? Entonces tenemos nuestras estructuras, nuestras oraciones en presente simple, okay? Y en general todas nuestras oraciones tienen que tener un sujeto, en general, okay? Como todo, siempre hay excepciones, pero hoy es un sujeto aquí directo, ¿no? Ella, él, eso, ok. Estamos utilizando estos para poder enseñar, ok, cuáles son las reglas cuando se ve tercer persona, que ya habíamos mencionado, que era he, she or it. Aquí se tiene que modificar un poquito los verbos, no se puede mantener love, 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 o play, 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 o work, 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 como Rihanna, ¿no? Para todos los sujetos se tiene que modificar dependiendo de nuestro sujeto, ¿ok? Y el presente simple en tercera persona es en donde se tiene que cambiar o modificar estos verbos, ¿ok? Se tienen que conjugar correctamente. Entonces, como mencionaba, ella, ¿ok? ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Como es tercera persona, tenemos que agregar, según la terminación de nuestro verbo, una S o tal vez una ES, ¿ok? Ahora, ¿cómo es el verbo en su forma infinitiva, ¿no? En su forma regular. Déjenme escribirlo aquí, permítanme. Ups. Un poquito más pequeño para que lo podamos poner aquí arriba, ¿ok? El verbo en su forma infinitiva es love, ¿ok? Pero como lo tenemos que conjugar, ¿ok? Si no sería, si lo dijéramos en español sería así como ella amar pizza, ¿no? Y no es así como de, no estamos en las cavernas, ¿no? De yo amar pizza, tú querer jugar. No. Tenemos que cambiar nuestros verbos, ¿correcto? Entonces tenemos que conjugarlos, ¿ok? Entonces en este caso, siendo tercera persona, tenemos que agregar esta S a nuestro verbo, ¿ok? Love, ¿ok? Ya tenemos una E, no importa, le tenemos que agregar la S, ¿ok? Nuestra segunda oración, he plays basketball, ¿ok? He plays, ¿ok? A sport, se juega, ¿ok? So, again here, we just add an S, okay? We add an S. Okay, now it's very important to pay close attention to this because later on we're going to see a little rule where we have to change the Y for an I. But here it's fine. We just keep it like this. He plays and we add the S. Tenemos que agregar la S pero tener mucho cuidado con esta Y, porque en algunas otras ocasiones vamos a tener que cambiar esta Y, sustituirla por una I latina, okay? And my last example with it, okay? Now here with it I am referring to something, okay? It works like a charm, okay? And remember, I said if I use it works like a charm, estoy intentando decir que lo que sea que tengo siempre funciona, ¿ok? Llamarle comida a mi novia cuando está enojada, ¿no? O algo así. Espero no se enoje ahorita que dije eso, pero bueno, no es cierto. Entonces, aquí de nuevo, sigue siendo tercer persona, aunque estemos hablando de un objeto. Entonces, como tal, dependiendo de la terminación de mi verbo, aquí es una K, entonces no pasa nada. Es más fácil aprenderse las excepciones que todas las posibilidades, ¿no? Y podemos ver que aquí, como es una K, nada más le agregamos una S, ¿ok? It works like a charm. Ahora, ¿en qué ocasiones le tengo que agregar ES? ¿Ok? ¿En qué ocasiones tengo que agregarle ES? Ok, bueno. When the verb ends, okay, when the verb ends in double S, X, SH, CH, or O, okay, O, una O, okay. If the verb ends with that, okay, we have to change it, okay, and add an ES, not an S anymore, not just an S. We have to add ES, okay. So we have a couple examples here, okay. The first one, the first ending is CH, okay, which as you can see, it's right here, okay, CH. Let me just zoom in a bit. There you go, okay. You can see it a little clearer, all right. So we have the CH, right? So I'm using third person again, right? He, él. Estoy utilizando tercera persona y mi verbo termina con CH, ¿ok? Lo que, como indiqué, esta es una de las excepciones cuando tenemos que sustituir nada más la S. No tenemos que poner nada más la S al final, sino que tenemos que agregar una ES, ¿ok? Entonces, nuestro primer ejemplo aquí es he marches, okay? He marches like a robot, right? He marches. All right, so we end the verb with CH, okay, which means we have to add an ES because it's one of my exceptions, okay. The next one, fix, okay. If you guys saw the movie Ralph, okay, the Demolisher, Ralph el Demoledor, okay, there is a character, okay, in that movie called Felix, okay, fix it Felix, okay. So his power was to hit anything with a hammer and it would instantly be fixed, right? So fix is arreglar, okay. So the ending of the verb is an X, okay. So fix it Felix fixes, okay, fix it Felix fixes. It's a tongue twister, right? All right, but fix es arregla, okay. Entonces él arregla, he fixes something. I didn't continue the sentence, but you could change, you know, he fixes cars, okay. He fixes leaky faucets, okay. He fixes relationships. I don't know, maybe, okay. But we can use fix, okay, and because it has an X at the end, we have to add an ES, right? So arreglar, okay. The next one is he washes, okay. So wash, okay, wash like the dishes, or he washes his hair, okay. Or now with COVID, he washes his hands for 20 seconds, okay, for 20 seconds, okay. And that's what I do, guys. I count Mississippis: 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and I wash my hands, all right. So if you are using third person, okay, remember he, she, or it, he, she, or it, he, okay, we have to change this ending with S and have to change it to an es. Okay, so it's he washes. Okay, so it's right here. My next example is Mrs. Okay, now it sounds like when you're referring to a girl, right? The Mrs. Okay, yes, but it's also okay the verb. It's spelled different. The Mrs. Okay, la señora. Okay, and Mrs. Okay, so you can use this with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your dogs. Okay, we can use miss. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. I miss you. Te extraño. Okay. In this case, I decided to change it and just use she. Okay. She misses, and you can say whatever she misses. Okay. She misses her stuffed animal. She misses her dog. She misses her friends. Okay. So because it ends with double s, we have to add an es. Okay, an es. Now another example, a great example, and another verb that we use all the time is the verb do. Okay, now in a separate video I'm going to tell you what's the big difference between do, okay, and the verb to be when we use simple present. And then another video we're going to look at do and make. Okay, both of these can get mixed up. Some students use them for something when it should be used for another thing. Okay, so don't worry, let's just focus on the verb right now. Okay, algunas personas este verbo de aquí no lo llegan a utilizar correctamente, pero es un verbo que utilizamos muy seguido, el verbo do. Okay, entonces en otros videos consecuentes vamos a ver la diferencia entre cómo se utiliza el verbo do y cómo podemos utilizar el verbo to be, que es otro de nuestros verbos que podemos utilizar todo el tiempo. ¿Okay? Y en otro va a ser el verbo do y el verbo make, porque hay más o menos tienen un significado similar en español, pero que sí es diferente en inglés. ¿Okay? Entonces veamos, ¿no? Como habíamos dicho, tenemos nuestros sujetos I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, but we have to pay attention to the third person. Why? Because when you use third person, okay, and because it ends with an O, we have to use es. Okay, so he does, she does, and it does. Okay, we do and they do. Okay, the same thing happens to any verb, guys. Okay, if we have to modify it with an es, that's fine, but all the other forms are usually the same. Okay, for example, I miss, okay, I wash, I fix, I march, you march, okay, we march, they march. Okay, that's fine. Those verbs stay the same, they don't change, you don't modify them. Okay, the majority of them. Okay, with the exception of the irregular verbs, as I mentioned before. Okay, so let me resize this. Okay, the next part is to look at irregular verbs. Okay, now thankfully there aren't that many irregular verbs in, okay, the simple present. Okay, off the top of my head I can think of only two. Okay, the verb to be and the verb have. Okay, which remember we do not use, okay, we don't use the verb have for our age. No decimos yo tengo 29 años en inglés utilizando el verbo tener. Okay, utilizamos el verbo to be. Okay, y ahorita vamos a ver un ejemplo. Okay, so what are irregular verbs? Okay, well, irregular verbs are different from regular. Okay, they don't follow any rules. Okay, they don't follow any rules. They're not like a machine. Okay, they're not like a machine. Oops, hang on, sorry, let me resize that. Okay, they're not like a machine, they're not like a robot. Okay, they're more like this, right? They're more like a cowboy. All right, so they don't follow any rules. Okay, so you can think of them like they're the black sheep, okay, of the verbs. Okay, no one likes them, but they're still part of the family, okay? No one likes them because you have to memorize them, okay? And that means that you have to learn how they are spelled, all of them, okay? Now, it's not that big of a deal, guys. It's fine, okay? You can remember this, okay? But the most common and most famous irregular verb, without a doubt, is the verb to be. El más común de los verbos irregulares es el verbo to be, y no solamente en el presente simple, sino en todos los tiempos. Lo utilizamos muchísimo. Ahora hay otros verbos que también utilizamos mucho, pero el verbo to be creo que es el Michael Jordan del básquetbol, ¿okay? Es el personaje más distinguido, ¿okay? Más reconocible de los verbos, ¿okay? Y siendo un verbo irregular, tienen que aprenderse la terminación de cada uno de las conjugaciones, ¿okay? Entonces, los sujetos se mantienen los mismos, ¿okay? They don't change, ¿okay? No cambian. But we do have to memorize these, okay? So, I was using the example of age. Estaba utilizando el ejemplo de nuestra edad. Nuestra edad no utilizamos el verbo tener, yo tengo 29 años. Utilizamos el verbo to be, okay? De ser, okay? O estar. Ahora este concepto de la edad y ser, el verbo to be, es un poquito extraño, okay? Pero lo que les puedo recomendar es que no lo piensen, no lo comparen directamente al español. Hay algunas cosas que simplemente no funcionan, ¿ok? Les va a causar dolor de cabeza y dudas existenciales. Entonces, simplemente no lo hagan. Solamente piensen en esta forma del tiempo, así. I am 29 years old. I am hungry. I am okay? I am sleepy, okay? I am awake. Oh my goodness, what's going on? I'm scared, okay? We use the verb to be for that, okay? For emotions, okay? To say what you are, okay? I am a teacher, okay? I am a teacher. I am a student. I'm a doctor, okay? I'm a doctor. All right, so what are our the endings of the verb to be when you conjugate them to each one of my subjects, okay? So for I, we have to use am. I am, okay? Will I am, okay? Or like the movie, I Am Legend. You are, okay? You are, okay? Think of it like a pirate, como un pirata. Are, okay? You are, okay? He is, okay? He is. Now, remember, this is third person. He, she, and it. Estos son nuestras tercer personas, ¿no? He, she, or it. Él, ella y eso. Entonces, afortunadamente aquí para estos tres son los mismos. Is. Okay? He is, she is, and it is. He is, she is, it is. Okay? And then we go back to we. We are. And the last one, they are. Now, in Spanish, there is a difference between tú y ustedes, okay? But in English, there isn't. It's just you, and it's basically the same, okay? There is no difference in you and the other you, okay? Of the plural you, okay? You just recognize it because of the context, okay? The context, all right? So, that's pretty much it about regular versus irregular verbs, guys, okay? Remember, regular verbs, they follow rules, okay? They are this machine, okay? They never stop. They always do the same thing over and over and over. So that means they have rules, okay? They have rules to follow, and the rule for the regular verb is that, okay, here it is. Regular verbs have a rule. When your subject is he, she, or it, we have to add a special ending to the verb. We add an s, okay, or es, okay, and sometimes ies, okay, sometimes ies. When are those sometimes? When you end the verb in a y, cuando terminan con una y, pero no siempre, ok. Como vimos, el verbo play no cambia. Pero cry, ok, vamos a ver cómo cambiaría cry. Voy a borrar esto tantito. And let's look at the example. Whoops, hang on, let me change the color. Erase this. There. She or he, it doesn't matter, it's third person, cries oops, let me erase that, it looks ugly. Watches, again, because the ending, okay, the ending for watch is with a ch, so we have to add es, okay. Every time she watches, okay, every time she watches the Titanic, okay. So she or he cries every time he, oops, I forgot, or she watches the Titanic. All right, guys, so here we can see, okay, here we can see with cry, okay, what would the regular infinitive form of the verb cry look like? Well, it looks like this, cry, okay. So it ends with y, termina con la y, okay. So we have to change it for an I-E-S. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it about the simple present with regular and irregular, okay. On our next video, en el siguiente video, vamos a ver cómo podemos utilizarlo en preguntas y en negaciones, que es donde vamos a ver muchísimo más nuestro verbo do, okay. Nuestro verbo do como un verbo auxiliar. ¿Y eso qué significa? Pues lo vamos a ver la siguiente semana. Entonces no se lo pierdan, chicos. Okay, so have a nice day, guys. Okay, I hope that you understood everything, and if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments and I will get back to you. Okay, también recuerden seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales y en nuestra página de internet si quieren tomar cursos de inglés con nosotros. Tenemos de todos los niveles, ok. Seguimos el marco europeo que es A1, A2, B1, B2, C1 y C2, ok. Entonces, si tienen cualquier duda, por favor, pónganlo en los comentarios y les contestaré inmediatamente. Nuestras redes sociales, ok, nos pueden encontrar como inglés, déjenme apuntarlo, inglés, guión bajo, en, guión bajo, inglés en English, ok. También ahí pueden encontrar la página de internet. Cualquier duda, ahí estamos para servirles. Hasta la próxima, chicos. Gracias.